Okay, we are back. Yeah, I was in the middle of saying that my hair needs to follow the process every single day. Like I could not drag it out for 2 days. The one day after day one that I told you going into day two, because I had 2 days worth of product, I felt like left on my hair that was like preventing it from drying all the way. Um, that's when I used the diffuser the next day, and I did just rehydrate this side with water and did the rest of the process, and that worked because literally there was a ton of product on my hair still. This side I had done the hair mask in the front, like I said, I had done the hair mask the day before. On this side, all of that. And so by the end of yesterday, my hair felt like both sides had gotten what they needed in those few days. I was able to, observe my hair. That's another pro, and really just listen to it, look at it, see it. Even in the front, one of those times I was doing a protective style. I had kind of cut my edges down because they were kind of, anyway. Um, and that part would look a little thin with the wash and go. So now I see why people that are wearing their hair in a wet state sometimes, especially like type 3 hair, talk about, they feel like their hair is thin and doesn't have volume. Like I could kind of see some of that happening for myself as well. So you really get to just see your hair in all of itself, when you're wetting it, touching it, and giving it something every single day. So I did appreciate that. And what I'll say is, I think it's something I can incorporate at least, 1 week out of the year or 1 week every quarter. I don't know how often my hair would need to be wet every single day. Even though I understand it for detangling purposes to make your wash days easier, things like that. But again, I'm not a high maintenance every day type of person, so I want to be realistic and make sure my hair is getting exactly what I can give it more than even even what it needs. But I'm more aware now, right? So I will still be paying attention to both sides. So even in doing this flat twist style today after washing, I didn't blow dry it. I did use a diffuser after, which gave me this amount of length because it would have shrunk up a little bit more, kind of like my braid out. So and I just went base level today. I just used black soap for, as a shampoo and conditioner. And then I just used my aloe, pure aloe, as a leave-in, which I always do anyway. And, because it just felt like I don't know. I just felt like I could have reached a danger zone if I just continued um, with that right now. Like I said, maybe in the future I can revisit it and see if that is something I can personally maintain. Like I said, I think that's the most important part of it. I think it works for someone that it works for, where it shouldn't feel like a chore, and like I said, I think I got it down to that science. It was easy. It was able to get out in 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes max, which was great, and seeing less hair, but I don't usually have super globs, or that if you're not brushing your hair every day, you're going to have more hair, so I'm not sure if I'll be washing once a week or go 2 weeks this time because like I said, my scalp, that was the biggest con for me. My scalp was on fire every evening, or it would need hydration. So if I did do that method, not only would I have to do it in the morning, it seems like I'd have to do it at night as well. And sometimes I take one shower a day, sometimes I take two, but just because I take two, I don't have the time to, I just would not have the time for that. It's just unrealistic to be diffusing 2 times a day on my hair and my head and me personally. Uh, so I'm putting a pause on it, not to mention I did have a dream, but I don't want to be all woo-woo about it. So this is just what's best for me right now. Like I said, I will follow up later in the week, but today I feel like I redid a wash day. And yeah, that was my experience with the Anthony Dickey Wash and Go on Jamaican African American 4C hair.